I now understand why people say they can't do this job sober.
The entire industry is based on lies.
What lies?
The trees grow.
Planted on the day where we broke the record, the Canadian record for highest temperature, set in like 1923.
How much percentage of the trees you freshly planted are now dead within days?
Over 50%.
This contract in Quinnell is fucking shit. The money is fucking shit. And I feel like I'm fucking shit at my job. Fuck this place. And forest fires and wasps.
If this was 13 cents, I would be so upset. I would plant strictly terrible trees. Like, if you give me 13 cents for this pile of shit, I will give you a 13-cent spot. I will give you a 13-cent tree.
We still have a month and a half to go. Hey Peyton, tell me about this heat wave we've been experiencing.
Well, apparently in the last 24 hours, 24 people have died of heat strokes.
And we've been planting.
Yeah, we've been planting in it. Even though the government of BC has issued a BC-wide warning to stay indoors, avoid strenuous activity of any kind, and lots of places are currently closed. Like, all kinds of businesses everywhere are closed. Roads are exploding from heat. Like, asphalt is just blowing up.
And people are dying every hour?
Yeah. People are dying every hour.
24 in the last 24 hours?
24 in the last 24 hours, yeah.
And we've been planting?
We've been planting. We've been planting like the middle of the day in this.
And at peak hours?
We planted on the day
12 to 3.
Yeah, we planted on the day where we hit the record. We broke the record, the Canadian record for highest temperature, set in like 1923. The new record is 46.6 degrees.
Wow. And we've been doing fire hour on the block. We don't know our rights. They are probably being violated, but we do not know how to stand up for ourselves. So we are sleep deprived, broken physically and mentally, and still planting.
We should get a lawyer.
We should get hazard pay.
We should bring a lawyer to camp at some point and just like see if the stuff that's happening to us is legal.
And then they're not even being accommodating with like days off. Like, I get it. They're behind schedule here basically, and they're like, they've been given a grace period to go a little bit past schedule, but if they go any more past that, then they're gonna start getting fined. So like, managers and supervisors, like, they have contradicting desires than us. You know, we want to stay alive. Production is shit. Temperatures are high and morale is low. Let's just say that, right? And yet they can't delay the season anymore, so they're pushing us. And how many more trees do we have on the super block, Cody?
Over 100,000 or 400,000, I would say.
Right.
It's a lot.
A lot. How many more shifts do you think that would be?
Couple weeks.
Couple weeks.
Could be a couple more weeks.
Yeah. But no days off.
Yeah. No days off.
We actually got asked today if we wanted to work a 7-day shift.
What the fuck?
Fuck you! Fuck no!
What the fuck? No.
Thank you, but no thank you.
Thank you, next. Apparently we're overdue for like a 2-day break. Apparently once a month we're supposed to have 2 consecutive days off, and yeah. Calvin was saying it's been over a month since that last happened to us.
Mm-hmm. Just plant more trees, get over it.
Get over it?
Yeah, just plant more trees.
What did you say, the faster you plant, the faster it's over?
Exactly.
Right. With my broken and lifeless body. Yeah. This is when the drugs help to numb the pain. Both physical and existential.
They're actually called plant medicine.
Plant medicine.
Yeah.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Today is the first day of the 15th shift. It is officially the 3rd month on this job. It's the beginning of July. And it's my first day back since I took my little break. Management was not happy with the fact that I basically gave myself 3 days off, 2 days off of the shift, and then also just a regular day off. But I am not sorry about it. I needed that, and sometimes you gotta piss people off and to advocate for yourself. So I tried my best to like work on my mindset and rest my body during that time. I'm feeling a lot better. I got my back taped and my rotator cuff taped, and it doesn't seem to be too painful now. So I don't know how long I can hold it together, but I'm grateful for the fact that at least my body isn't sore anymore. But honestly, morale is shit overall across the camp. And including for me as well. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. And you know what? That's okay. It's okay not to be okay. I understand that at this point in the season, a lot of people just do spring trees because a month and a half seems bearable, but fucking going on the 3rd month and having another like 42 days or something like that to do this. It seems like a short amount of time, but man, the days are long and yeah, it feels like a lot. I don't know how I'm going to be able to do this anymore, but honestly, my pride and ambition is too strong and it won't let me quit. So I'm here. I'm fucking here. I'm trying my best to keep my vibe up and I don't know, not suffer unnecessarily because I'm resisting this experience. People are quitting left and right. Like just yesterday on our day off, 4 people quit off of 1 crew. First, these 2 brothers, because on the night off, right before that, they got yelled at for talking too loud, which I mean is reasonable, but they were like, you know what, fuck you, I'm not gonna be working here anymore. And the next day they fucking packed their bags and got out. So, I mean, I guess they were basically done with this experience already. They didn't seem to need that much of an excuse to leave, so they just took the fucking first one that they found. But honestly, like, I don't want to quit. Like, I genuinely do want to make it to the end. But when I see other people quitting, it's so tempting because I'm like, it's so easy. It's so easy to just decide, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. Yes, this is a labor camp kind of situation, but the difference between this and a gulag is that at least we're free to leave, you know? Like, no one's gonna fucking stop us. There's no shame in quitting. Well, maybe there is a little bit of shame, but, like, we get it. Everyone gets why you would quit, like, especially this fucking hard-ass job. But there's no glory in quitting either. And I've realized that I'm someone who's here for the fucking glory. When you hear the dark side of planting, how would you describe it?
The entire industry is based on lies. And
What
B,
lies?
The trees grow. Trees get buried. Trees don't grow. We plant forests. We plant areas where it's just a forest. Like, there's just trees fully grown.
Already fine.
Yeah, it's like, literally. So that's the dark side of like the kind of industry thing, and then the other dark side of planting is that we're all a bunch of massive druggos. Like,
Drug what?
druggos.
Druggos, yep.
Yeah, like half of this camp is like sesh heads. Like,
Yeah.
And a lot of that is to be able to get through this experience.
well, it's also to have fun.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, like, coping mechanisms are coping mechanisms, but like, it's also just because I want to get after it. Like, you know, it's not like I wasn't gonna do it elsewhere, but it's just that like, the level of shit that the supervisors know is going on and completely turn a blind eye to is hilarious. Like,
Yeah, they know that a massive shipment of cocaine is getting into camp, and they're like,
no, not anymore.
Not anymore.
no. But at that time, they're just like, guys, we know that this is happening. Just know that we're like 2 hours away from like any civilization. So if something happens to you, you're fucked. Not like, oh, don't do it.
Yeah, exactly. They know they can't stop people. Like, so yeah, there's that. What are the dark sides of planning out there?
What's the darkest aspect of this experience for you, personally?
I don't know if it's been that bad this year. Last year I got fucking super depressed. Like the most depressed I've been since like fucking high school, man. Like mega depressed. But that's like not like planting. That's just me.
What would drive you to that kind of depression? Because it is induced by the experience, right?
And some other stuff. Like, yeah, I think it was the initial intensity, and then like last year and sort of the first third of the year, just like out of nowhere socially, a whole bunch of like really mean jokes about me started circulating, and I was just like so fed up. And that's like the fucking lemon in the wound that is like a hard day of planning, and then you go back to camp and you have to hear all these like shitty jokes by yourself, and it's like, fuck this, man. So, and then also I was like with my boy Gabe. I probably shouldn't call my boy anymore. And we like literally, it was like we were in a relationship, but then our relationship like broke down because he like became an asshole. Basically, he just had an asshole side to him. We'd been road tripping. We worked together for 2 months, then we road tripped together for 2 months, and then in planting, like he just has a massive asshole side that I had just never seen, and so, and then like having to be around him like 24/7, and then all of a sudden it's like half the time you're suddenly like an asshole, and he was an asshole to everyone, but for me specifically, it was quite intense, and so all those things came together just to make me very just like, oh fuck my life, I don't want to be here, but I don't want to be anywhere else, and that was like sad. But then I got better, so it's cool. And then like this season, I've been like, so there's literally been moments of the season where I'm like, oh, everything's so shit. And then I think back about last season, I'm like, actually, everything's fine. Like, like 10% shit last season. Like, so yeah, I don't know. Not been any dark moments for me. I mean, I don't know. There was that body we had to dump in the forest, but of course.
Body? Okay, let's stop that there.
It's still the first day of the 15th shift. I did my last bag at 3:30. Planted like 750 trees today. I still have 2 hours to go, and I made it my goal to do 1,000, but like at this point, I just want to quit. And I'd rather just quit today rather than quit the entire experience. This contract in Quinnell is fucking shit. The money is fucking shit. And I feel like I'm fucking shit at my job. I just can't go fast. I just can't plant that much trees. My foreman is telling me that I have like the best quality there is, like, of any rookie. Like, I haven't had to replant. And I mean, I guess that's something. I guess it's good to know that even though I'm not planting that many trees, they're like good quality trees and they'll probably survive, you know? At least as far as what I was able to do to give them the best head start. I don't know if I'm like just too in my head about things, but it's just, I'm really struggling right now. I'm really struggling with this experience, and I feel like a failure. Not just because I'm not improving with the amount of trees I'm planting, but also because I think just like my mental health is just deteriorating, and my capacity to deal with the situation and like do my best to keep up a good attitude is also just deteriorating. So, and that makes me feel like more of a failure than anything, but I'm just in the darkness of my mind and I don't know how to get out.
I say we start off with like a little quick meditation before we get going. So if everyone could just close their eyes and do some nice deep breaths. As you breathe in, enjoy that nice fresh air coming in. If you smoked a lot of cigarettes last night, that air should be really feeling good at cleansing and healing the lungs. And I want you to breathe through your mouth, breathe through your nose and out your mouth. And each deep breath in through your nose, just imagine healing all the pain and torment you put it through last night. And understand that it will heal enough for next week. Bring that air down to your chest and try to free up some of that tar and move it around. As you start to balance out your body, you can feel your heart rate returning to normal. Like you're finally coming down. Feel the blood sugar starting to normalize after the copious amounts of alcohol you put into your system last night. Bring your attention to your eyes and forgive yourself for any glances or stares that you put on the opposite or same sex last night that held just a little bit too long. And forgive yourself. Understand that we're all sexual beings. It's perfectly normal for a Panther of your age to be into that kind of thing. And just let it go with a deep breath. On your next inhale, I want you to breathe in and think about any shame you might feel for if you jerked off in your tent last night and you're worried someone might have heard you. Just understand that most of us jerked off in our tent last night. All right, how's everyone feeling?
Rejuvenated.
Alright. Namaste.
Namaste. And that's a yoga class.
It is the second day of the 15th shift. Normally, I'd be talking to you while putting trees in my bag. However, today I decided to take a lunch break. I haven't finished my second bag even. There's like 30 trees left. But I just got so tired and hungry that I decided, you know what? I'm going to step off the piece. I'm going to chill. I'm going to take some time to myself. I'm not in the best place mentally speaking, but I realize that that's the thing that I need to focus more of my energy on coming to terms with and improving on, rather than focusing on trying to improve my production, my speed and how much I'm able to plant in a day. Because I realize that focusing on that is what has been causing a lot of unnecessary suffering. I would like to plant more. I would like to make more money, but that's just not feasible right now for me. I have the potential to do it. It's not like I can't, but I don't have enough mental energy that I can focus on that, because a lot of what I'm focusing on is just how much I am not enjoying my experience and how much I want to quit. And I realize the thing that I value most right now is just being able to make it through this experience. So the way that I'm trying to deal with that situation of being able to make it through to the end is by focusing more on what matters most, which is just my relationship with my own mind and being okay with being here. So today has been a day of acceptance, just accepting the fact that I kind of suck right now. Accepting the fact that I'm still gonna be here for a while, regardless of whether I want to or not. This is what I have to do, because I live by the philosophy that if you do the hardest thing that you can conceive of, your life is going to turn out better than if you did anything else. Quitting is easy. You know, complaining is easy. What's difficult is making it through until the end and doing it with joy in my heart and a smile on my face. So that is what I'm focusing on. But I'm trying to do that in the most simplest way possible. I'm not trying to work so hard that it drains me. You know, the whole point of what I'm trying to do right now is to get the energy back into myself so that I can focus on pounding harder. And for right now, that means taking it easy. I'm really grateful that, you know, my foreman and all the supervisors, they aren't really pressuring us to, you know, plant as much as we can. Of course, that's what they want. But, you know, they say, we'd rather you come out and, like, try and plant, like, whatever you plant, rather than just, you know, staying at camp and planting nothing in a day. So, I mean, I'm out here. I'm trying. I'm slow. I've barely planted 450 trees, but it is what it is. Today, I'm focusing on not quitting on myself, because after I cried yesterday, I, like, stopped planting an hour and a half early, because I could not fathom going back out on the piece. I couldn't. So today, my goal is to not quit on myself early, but just plant at whatever pace I'm comfortable with. And I know that one day, hopefully, when this contract is over and I'm in a better mental state, I'll be able to push myself into that next level, but I'm not there yet. And so I'm just accepting that and being okay with where I am. Cody, when you hear the dark side of planning, what do you think in terms of what you experience here?
The days when it's pouring rain or it's hot as fuck out, and you have to be, I don't know.
I know what the dark side of planning is. It came
Bugs.
to me. Yeah, bugs. When I get to the fucking piece, they give me those spruces on the first day. I know, fuck, it's gonna be swampy. And I get there, and the mosquitoes, they're hitting the fucking truck. I look out the truck, I'm like, I'm not going out of the truck today. But I gotta go out of the truck anyways. There's no escape. I gotta get into it. And, like, I get out of the truck, I get my bags on, I douse myself in bug spray from head to toe. Bugs don't stop. They're still there. I douse myself some more, smell like ass. They go away a little bit. Put my bug net hat on, I look like a fucking beekeeper. It works a little bit. It works a little. And, like, you just have to go. You have to survive. I can't stop planting, because then the bugs win. I can't keep planting, because then Apex wins. So, either way, Neil loses. But, like, the planting must go on. And that, to me, that's the dark side of planting there. The bugs are just there. You think it's the mosquitoes. You're like, okay, the mosquitoes are gone. It's a hot day. Now I got horse flies and black flies and fucking God knows what else. And fucking pine beetles. They're always going to be there. And you think you're just out. You think you're out of the shit. They come back. They find you. That's the dark side of planning.
Very dramatic. But you touched on a good point. It's like the planting must continue.
It's gotta
no
go
matter
on.
what, the extreme bugs, the extreme heat, cold, sleep deprivation, mental breakdown, substance
it doesn't
abuse, the
end.
planting just continues until all the damn trees are gone and in the ground.
So the trees are gone or we're gone. Like, people break, they fall apart one by one. We're dropping like flies. We're quitting. We're breaking. We're injured. We're sick. But the trees still got to go in. That quota never goes away. So unless, like, this whole camp breaks, the trees are going to go. It's going to go until there's just out there planting trees. And then they break, then maybe it stops. That, or, you know, we burn down the nurseries and then there's no more trees. Then the planting might stop.
Cody, what did you say? How much percentage of the trees you freshly planted are now dead within days?
Over 50%.
Oh, dude.
Over
Because
50%.
because of the heat wave. You put them in one day and 2 days later, the trees are all dead because they don't have any moisture.
So not only were we physically strained from experiencing that of planting during a heat wave, most of our efforts are for nothing. That's what you're saying.
Pretty much, yeah. Which it kind of makes you feel like shit at the end of the day, knowing that the trees you're planting are probably gonna die.
Yeah, but you get the same money anyways. That same money rolls in, and at Apex, that's all that matters. I mean, unless you're like a hippie or something. You like trees. Cody.
Anything to add about the dark side of planting? What's been the darkest aspects for you, Cody?
For sure the weather, but also like all of the shady stuff that goes on.
Like what shady stuff?
Stuff, behind the scenes that, you don't get paid for certain things, and
Yeah, we don't get paid the full tree price amount. We get paid like 20% less as rookies, and then our vet pay bonus is just the real price. That's pretty fucking shady.
and also like not getting paid for loading trees and
digging shitters.
and digging shitters.
You're always stuck with your own head too. That's a real dark side of planting I never thought about. Those days when it's like, the land can be shit, the bugs can be there, all this stuff can suck, but you're just there stuck with your own thoughts for so long. And that's whenever I have my worst day. It's like when my mind gets into my own mind and you just break down. But the show must go on. You'll break down, you'll have a block cry, you think like your world's gonna end, and you just get back on there, plant some more trees. That's all you can do.
It's so interesting how we're like so insulated and like narrowly focused on this like one little task and how that like becomes the entire microcosm of our life.
Yeah, it's true. And then we get out of here and it's like, who fucking cares?
Yeah, bush life and regular life are two very different things.
How does bush life differ from regular life?
There's not all the social pressures, right, of how you should be or what you should do, what you shouldn't do, right? Out here in the bush where there's none of that, I feel like everybody really comes out as their true selves, and you see the best and the worst in the people.
Yeah, you do.
I feel, yeah, and
I
people
agree.
really come out of their shell.
And I think people are a lot more accepting
Yeah.
and loving, and like these are like real genuine connections.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the light side. that's one of the biggest reasons why we do this, right? Why we come back.
Yeah.
And also, getting away from technology, right? It's definitely a big one. Having a break from
social media
and all that kind of stuff. It really brings you in the present moment.
Yeah, you have no distractions, man, and you have like a single task, and I guess in that way, it's very meditative, right? You have to have a really good relationship with yourself, and to be able to sustain that over the course of 3.5 arduous months of work and weather, it starts wearing on you, and like there's no break. There's no break until every tree is gone.
Yeah. I feel like it really changes you for the better after that, like when you go back into regular life, I feel like you'll have a much calmer attitude because you've endured so much, so the little everyday things don't bother you nearly as much.
Yeah, it's true. I'm stoked to go home. I'm gonna, my mom yelling at me, it's gonna be sick now. I'm like, oh yeah, it's not even like, there's nothing. I was there fucking getting swarmed by bugs and piss and rain, lightning, forest fires, on mountains, in the snow, in the desert, you name it. I can take it all. Oh, look, speak of the devil, there's a bug.
I am the one. Swamp monster. Another interesting aspect about this part of the journey is that I started seeing someone. I connected with them pretty quickly after we moved into this camp in Quesnel after doing motels, and they're unlike anyone I've ever dated before, which are usually guys that are super dominant and emotionally unavailable. Yet I'm still really into him, so that tells me that that's, you know, probably a really healthy, intimate relationship, probably the healthiest intimate relationship I've ever been in. And it's going great. We're really enjoying each other's company. And they've become, you know, a really big motivator for me to fucking stick it out, you know? Every single minute that I am not feeling like I want to be here anymore, I remind myself, you know, only a couple more hours until we're back at camp and I get to see him again, and, you know, I want to tell him that I had a good day or that I, you know, dealt with my bullshit. So yeah, it's like I can't quit now. I really can't quit now, because this was one of the biggest, you know, one of my biggest desires going into this experience, like finding someone that I can build a relationship with. And now that's happening. Oh, the universe. It always works this way, right? Oh. I mean, I could leave and we could link up at the end of the summer after planting is over, but you know what? We're both here, we're both going through this experience, and you know, it's true what they say about, you know, dating while planting. You really get to know someone and see all sides of them very, very quickly, which I guess is a good thing if you want to really get to know a person and tell whether you can actually be with them in the long term. So that's where my head is at during this whole experience. I can't wait until we get out of this place. I think there's only one more shift left, and then I'm reunited with Delphine, and I can take drugs every single goddamn shift after this, because I didn't bring anything with me. There's plenty to go around in camp. I'm grateful for that, at least. So I have my back tape. It's been 3 days, and I have my lovely assistant Cody here to rip it off me.
Don't hate me.
Yeah, try not to look like you're enjoying this too much, okay? No, start from the bottom. Start from the bottom.
Start from the bottom.
Can you see?
Alright, I'm gonna do it
Really
really quickly.
quickly. I said don't act like you're enjoying it. Okay, this one's not too bad.
I was putting up in the air.
Actually, no, that's worse.
See?
I don't know if I want to do this again. I think I'd rather just have the crippling back pain.
Ta-da. Ta-da. Come over here. Look at this. See all these bushes, these rocks, all this fucking tough terrain that we have to run through every single day. Okay, right now it's 15 cents. So for rookies, if you plant 1,000 trees, you make $150. And it is not easy to plant 1,000 trees, especially as a rookie. Like, if this was 13 cents, I would be so upset. I would plant strictly terrible trees. Like, if you give me 13 cents for this pile of shit, I will give you a 13-cent spot. I will give you a 13-cent tree, you know? And then there's like vet pay with this company that brings it up to like a little unreasonable.
And you said you don't feel guilty about planting shit trees. Why is that?
No, absolutely not. Because, like, take a look. They fucking decimated this place. They decimated this place. If I plant a bad tree, I've still planted a tree. I didn't come here and do this. I came here to plant those. Alright? So, I'm here to make my money, one way or another. And I'd love to have the reputation for being a good planter. And I like doing a good job. But oh boy, these contracts are not incentivizing me. Or anybody, frankly.
Any last words about this Quinault contract?
Fuck this place. And forest fires and wasps. That's all.
Okay. Thank you. Any last words about this Quinault contract?
Oh, I really liked it here. It was good. When you're not getting stung by wasps, you're breathing in smoke or facing up with a bear. When you're trying to find a tree next to you, you have no idea where it is. Half the time you smash a bedrock.
And you're planting during an extreme heat wave that has killed 20
No, that was nothing. That's nothing. That was nothing.
You just jump in the lake and it's gone.
Graham.
Bust a nut and I'm gone. Chicken's really good.
At least we got a nice chicken and mac and cheese dinner on our final night. How was this Quinault contract? What are your final thoughts on it?
I would like to quit.
Same.
I definitely spent a lot of time eating late, but it's over and that feels really good.
Character building.
Yeah, character building.
Not money making days, but
no,
character building
my
days.
pockets are not full, but my character, she's strong.
Really? Mine is kind of depressed and broken down right now.
Mine is hopeful.
Hopeful for things to come, that's for sure.
Surely it can't get any worse. I'll probably just jinx it.
Any final words about this Quinault contract, Raptor?
That was fucked.
The Quinault contract definitely felt like a long and bloody war to me. There were many casualties. A lot of good planters died in the fight, aka quit. I definitely have been spending a lot of mental energy on the block thinking and trying to hold myself back from literally throwing my shovel into the woods, saying, fuck you, I'm out, and never going back to the block. But there's only like 20 days left in this contract, and we're going to be doing a lot of moving around. We're going to spend a week in Quinault, or in Mackenzie. We're leaving tomorrow early in the morning, because it's like a 5-hour drive from where we are in Quinault. And I'm hoping for better things, because I'm ending this contract feeling very broken down and demoralized. And I have been hearing from some of the longtime planters that if you can get through the Mackenzie contract, then you can be called a vet.
It can be hit or miss. Like, I PB'd there last year, but then I also was on the worst block of my life there last year as well. So
yeah, I PB'd
it's gonna go either way. Like,
so it's both extremes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I PB'd there and then like personal worst for the season.
So that sounds like it's going to be tough yet again. But I'm trying to remember that all this is an opportunity. I still have about 20 more planting days that I can make money on. And it's up to me how much money I want to make. Right now I'm not making that much money because I'm planting like 700 trees a day. That's I think around like $115 per day, including my vet pay. But like that's for like 8 to 10 hours of work. So that's I think below minimum wage. And this is the hardest I've worked in my entire life. But if I leave now, I won't get unemployment insurance. Do I continue to sacrifice the present for a brighter future, more financially secure future? I'm almost tempted to say fuck it. It's interesting though, because it's during this one of my darkest hours on this journey and the hardest time so far. I also found the purest of love. It's a very bittersweet cocktail of emotions, and that is what came out of Quesnel. I'm gonna miss the land, you know, especially hanging out with the community at Snag Lake. That was a vibe. This place is beautiful, but the blocks, I'm not gonna miss those. Those were some of the worst blocks I've ever seen. Huh. I don't know what's gonna happen next, but I'm gonna try chugging along, and I'll crawl to the finish line if I have to, but I know that the finish line is in sight, and something needs to change so that I don't end up crippled and disillusioned by the time I finish this experience.